Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set, 180.
Check 55, Mike.
Hey, come on, yo, come on, yo.
First carry for Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's a big play there for the Browns. 55 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Now Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Wilson. It's caught by Mike Evans. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Touchdown defense. Go.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
A gain of
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41.
Good job right there. Good job right there. 55.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And that sack certainly just strengthening him. His candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year, you think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First down.
Coming this way, here we go. Run left.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Wilson steps away to it, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
Brings up second and a yard at the Seahawks 49-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Let's go, let's go. Check. Real. Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Hey, 180. Hey, 133. Watch the safety creep.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Play fake. Mayfield. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Seahawks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
So we got man.
They will run with Grant. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, and it's third and short.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. They run it with Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Mike Ford wants to run. They're running it. Mike Ford. Oh, here we go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there. You get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Mike 56, Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 2nd down, it's Grant. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Fighting his way through contact. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Situation, let's go. Tight end left. Everyone's got 4 down. Shift. Up, left.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
King.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Zerline good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We're 33. Hey, Echo.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hurry! Mike, 4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield, he's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit. Mike 4. I'm not ready.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 9, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
And he's got his target. That's more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Green 80!
Here's Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 41, Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, it's Grant. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
One receiver to the left is Evans. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Check 55 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Up, up. Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Mayfield, he's going to take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Let's get it together, defense. Good job right there. Good job right there.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards.
And the Seahawks.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
Now it's Carson. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
You don't want none. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Right there, 56.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On first down, Grant. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's off the mark, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
No, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the interception, here's Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down now, it's Carson trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
First down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. This is Grant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
They run again with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 31-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's Grant. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
180! Pretty quiet. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Alert! Mike 4. Hey, Alpha.
Now Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
25. Check 25. Pistol.
Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Tight down. There you go. King. Watch the whip. Mike. Run. Right there in the middle. 55. Check.
Bravo.
55. Hey, eat. Tackles.
The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Kill. Hey, alert. Switch.
Alert.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cleveland, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.